Perfect. There we go. All right. It just did the countdown.
Okay.
Now we're officially recording. So everyone, I have a very special treat for you. I have my good friend here, Brena. She's a wealth of information. We're going to do a little chit chat about some things that I had talked about before briefly in my videos. And we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on Delilah spirit, and we're going to touch on Jezebel spirit and how they work together sometimes in the same body. So what were we just talking about, Brena?
We were just talking about it.
Yep, we were just talking about it.
We were just talking about the Delilah Jezebel spirit and a particular situation that I've been going through with this, and how I've been learning to identify it. Now, for the longest time, it was always Jezebel, Jezebel, Jezebel. Nobody ever brought up that Delilah's energy is still present and still doing dirt throughout the earth. So that's what I get out of my situation.
Yeah,
is the Delilah spirit.
Now, with the Delilah spirit, how would you describe her as somebody that you had to, if you had to tell somebody what to look out for, what personality traits, what would you describe her as?
I would describe, when I was a little girl, I was very heavily into biblical stories, and especially movies. I saw Samson and Delilah, that movie, and it captivated me. And I was mesmerized by Delilah. The woman that they got to play her was very beautiful. One thing about Delilah is Delilah is very beautiful. Delilah doesn't come off as obvious as Jezebel. Jezebel had that snare look, like she the mean girl type. Jezebel's the mean girl type. You kind of know what you're getting with Jezebel. She's Regina George. Okay?
Right.
Delilah is gonna come off a little bit more reserved. Delilah comes off as very sweet, very
like the girl next door.
Truly trust, somebody that's really got your back. Like if you're down, she'll be like, "No, get your ass up. Come on, go. You got this." Like, she likes to take on people who have victim mentality sometimes, people that are vulnerable, and she likes to feel like the hero. Actually likes to feel like a hero. It helps her feel validated, especially with somebody who don't have much going on in their life, who deals with the Delilah spirit. They like to latch on to things. God help me out. Latch on to things and situations that puts them on a pedestal. And I can I can really say that because I have a little bit of the traits of the Delilah. I can be honest.
Right.
I felt that way because, one, I was isolated growing up as a little girl, and I didn't feel important. That's how the Delilah spirit latches onto people. It targets people who feel less than. That's Delilah's favorite people to deal with, the underdogs. Okay, and she try to elevate them up. But, over time they get distorted because of the pain they went through in life and all that type of stuff. That's how I can describe the Delilah spirit. Like, she comes off as somebody. Delilah, don't get me wrong, the difference with Delilah does sort of have a heart. She does love, but it's that dark side in Delilah that really destroys her relationships. She's still a bad spirit, but she's nowhere close to the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit comes destroy you and don't care. Delilah do shit and realize what she done. Oh my God. Like, that's the that I pick up with Delilah.
Yeah. Because, the thing is with Delilah, she was bribed to, turn on Samson. She was bribed.
And we know she loved him.
Yeah. Yeah. She actually loved him. And the thing is that at the end, when he was moving the pillars to, to destroy the temple, she refused to leave. Even after all of that, obviously he loved the woman, even after all of that, he tells her, I'm going to destroy this place. You need to leave. And she refused to leave his side. To leave his side. So,
and that's the energy I get with this particular person. Even though I know this person is operating with Delilah's spirit, this person is always saying, I'm here no matter what.
Yeah. There are levels, to the bad girls of the Bible. There are levels. Jezebel was just a bitch. She was just, like you said, you know what you're getting with her. Some men though, they kind of like migrate to the bad girl. It's like, there's the sweet girl and everything, and that's where the conundrum is, because you initially as a man go in wanting the good girl, then she's too good for you, and then you want a little bit of spice, so you look for this Jezebel, but then it's too much. It's like an 80-20 type of thing, and then you want to go back to the good girl, and it's like by the time you go back to the good girl's, you turn her bad.
Yeah, the damage is already done.
The damage is already done.
To revert back to what that's the thing. It's interesting you point that out, because what happened, Delilah, I handed him to you. I didn't tell you to take his eyesight from him. What have you done? He can't see me. He'll never be able to see my face again. What have you done? No, what have you done? You said you loved him. You said you were loyal to him. You handed them over and thought that was just that. What did you think his enemies would do to him? You know what I mean? Like you sold your man out to the wolves. Like,
right.
What do you think they would do?
You can't tell us how to betray him, because you betrayed him first. You know what I mean? It's like you're the one that. Now look at him. Now he's a pitiful, former ghost of what Samson originally was. You know what I mean? And look, 7 locks of hair. 7, again in the Bible. The 7 is used a lot in the Bible.
Right.
And then when you couple that with 777, 7777, you see that it's like it amplifies that. So 7 is a very biblical number. But
yes.
Now, when you talk about the Delilah spirit, she has a heart. She does. She does have that repentant quality about her. When you mix that with a person that has the Jezebel spirit, I'm sure they're in conflict the entire time.
Absolutely.
They're in conflict because you have this one, it's like that angel and devil on your shoulder. It's like, you have this Delilah spirit. It's like, I really shouldn't be doing this. You really have no chance. You have no choice. Oh, but I can't do this. It's like, it's that back and forth. It's like that whole angel and devil on your shoulder within one person. It
must be a very huge conflict, because you have the aggressive and the passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Locked in one. It's like, you got Jezebel, who's the big mean girl, and Delilah would probably be intimidated by a Jezebel type.
Yeah.
And bully her, no, you're gonna come here and do what I tell you, but I don't wanna really do that. No, you're gonna do it, bitch. That's that. And then she's manipulated, I really do think that the Jezebels of this world do mean well, but they just got a lot of negativity around them. It could be something going on in their bloodlines, things that have happened to them, and they have not had the right people around to encourage them to go on a better path. Honestly, I've been studying the Jezebel spirit for a while now, and I kind of feel sorry for the Jezebel spirit. It's like they're lost, very lost women, and Jezebel just don't care. She's just ruthless and want to wipe out everything in her path.
The thing is, I'm going to tell you something with these female demonesses. I have witnessed firsthand that they need a host. If they are not contained in a body, this is why, when you see this behavior being displayed within a person, it's like, you got to look at the person that they're being taken over by this spirit. It's not, they're not the real enemy. They're not the real enemy. It's the spirit that's inhabiting their body. I've witnessed this. I've witnessed the Jezebel spirit outside of a body, and it's chaos. It's chaos. Wow. It's fucking chaos. I'm like, no. Go back to her. And it's like, I will never forget. I was like, right here, right where I'm sitting, and I can see her just red, just chaos, pure chaos, anger, jealousy, just everything that's a negative thing, not contained in a body. Not contained in a body. I was like, this is why when I say, I want to learn how to like exercise people, deliver people and everything. I'm kind of like, ooh, revamp that, because it's like I saw what comes out. Out, and it's like, Lord, are you really sure that I'm cut out for this? Because it's like, nope, send it back to her body. I can deal with it when it's in her body, but when it's outside, I can't deal with it. This is why they attach like hosts, like they're parasites.
Wow.
This is what they are. But instead of being outside, they're inside, and it's like they cling to, from my understanding, to one of the chakras. This is why with the chakras are, why they are energy centers. They can be used as portals to have these things come in, whether it's from the top here to your root.
It's interesting you say that about the chakra, the energy centers, because since childhood, my throat was always attacked. Okay, because you know how powerful my voice is. I'm not bragging, but what my words carry a lot of power and a lot of authority. Like I mean what I say, and I've had a powerful throat chakra since I was a little girl. I've had strep throat more times than I can count as a child. My throat was always under attack more than anything. So was my mind. Okay,
and they tend to attack the very things that are, this is my understanding of it. They tend to attack the very things that have been anointed by God. Like you, it's your voice, right? And your ability to think outside the box, because we've had many deep conversations with me. It's like, it's like, whoa, what did we just discover here? You know what I mean? And they tend to, whatever it is that, how they can get in, that's what they use. So for some people, they use the throat. Some people, they use this part, the heart, a heartbreak, that you can't get over. This is why you had to be very, very mindful of your energy centers, and, ask God to bless everything. You know what I mean? Because that way these beings can't get in, because they will cause havoc if they are not contained within the body. They're more containable if they're within a person. And, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I didn't like the feeling. It's like, just if you can imagine like a Delilah spirit, a Jezebel spirit, Leviathan, all of these things kind of like not being inhabited by a body, how much destruction that they can cause. So it's a little more manageable when it's in a person. This is why when deliverance happens and everything, it's better. But that's the thing. If you're not blessing yourself, if you're witnessing this is the one thing. If you're witnessing a delivery happening, and I'm sure you would agree with me, if you're witnessing a delivery happening, the people around witnessing it have to protect themselves too, because those things, they need a host. If that priest or whatever is pulling them out, they're going to need something. And, if there's a mass of people, I'm getting chills as I'm telling you that. Okay. That's like, ooh, okay. They need, in order to facilitate they can't, because they're a spirit. They don't have hands and legs and everything like, mass to them. They're a spirit. So they inhabit these people in order to accomplish their goals. And this is why, if you are witnessing this, which I've witnessed deliveries and everything, I've always been fascinated by that power to be able to, get that out of people, because, it's in a lot of people. And if those people that are witnessing it do not protect themselves, there is a danger that that person can be taken right out, because where is this person that's delivering this person? When you're going like this and you're taking it out, it's kind of a free-for-all for the rest of the people that are in the room.
I have witnessed these things. Okay, like I was raised Pentecostal. So we often came across somebody needing exorcisms. Okay. Like, I remember every time somebody was being delivered from something, they tell everybody, go back to the back of the church, open up all the windows. And because they didn't want whatever was inside that person to jump on people. So they'd say, go to the back of the church, or if you can, go outside, or whatever. I witnessed one of my best friends, a demon jump on them. Okay. I seen the pastor of our church actually came to her home, her mother and everybody was there, and I seen this thing dragging her down the stairs. That was the first severe attack I seen. And, this is somebody I've known since I was a kid. We grew up together and everything. And for you to see something like that, somebody you love and care about being attacked like that, I've seen a couple of exorcisms in church, but it was nowhere close to what I was seeing. And the pastor came in there to get it out of her. I was like crying, and they had to get me out because I couldn't take watching that,
Right, of course.
It wasn't that it was going to come on me. I just couldn't watch somebody I love and care about go through. So yes, I have seen this. And when you talk about seeing a Jezebel operate outside, I wouldn't even want to imagine how she is on the outside, because I have seen the Jezebel spirit operate, particularly in my daughter's father's, one of his mother of his children, a previous relationship with a woman. I've seen the Jezebel spirit operate in her, and it is very scary. Like when that spirit gets into a person who's already nasty, mean, disgusting, I'm telling you, you're gonna see it times 10.
Oh, and they fight those demons. They fight. They're like, oh, we're not letting her go. She needs us. She needs us. I'm like, no, she doesn't. And it's I'm going to tell you, Brena, when I witnessed that, it kind of like it the innocence is gone after that. You witness something like that. It's like, that this thing is real. This is not something that, this is not a made for TV movie, seeing that, and it's like, it forever changed me, because, you remember, I'm the one that actually witnessed hell too. And it's like, send her back to where she came from. It's like,
this is why I don't get how people be walking around thinking that this shit don't exist. Like, is everybody wrong? Like, so thousands of millions of people who have witnessed this all over the earth, somehow they're wrong because you didn't experience it. Some things I know to be true and don't even have to experience. I don't put this world past nothing. Like with some of the stuff that I have experienced, I'm sorry that your life only revolves around a crappy 9 to 5 where nothing you ever see going on. I always tell people who are non-believers, I'm like, set up cameras in your house. I guarantee your camera will pick up something your eyes can't explain.
Ooh, don't tell me that, girl. Don't tell me that. Because I've seen paranormal activity. That shit changed me. That shit fucking changed me. That shit changed me. I was like, wait a minute, and it's like, the way they set it up, it's like it goes right into it. It's like you don't need it's not set up like a movie where you can, in your brain it'll be like, oh, this is a movie, it's all made up and everything. It just goes right into it, and then I remember in the theater, the first one that I saw, I'm like this in my chair. I'm like, I can't believe I just saw that. It's like 10 minutes crying. It's like, it forever changed me. And this is, when I left my tools and everything, I kind of had that in the back of my mind too. It was like, nah, that's okay. Goodbye. I'm not playing.
Like I couldn't even get through that TV series. Because, let me tell you something. Like, I'm a daredevil. Like the first Exorcist movie I saw was Exorcist. At 4 years old, I watched it by myself.
5 years old, yeah. You see?
There's another thing we have in common. Oh my God. I was 4 years old, sitting down by myself because, growing up, they wouldn't allow us to watch late night stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait until everybody falls asleep and I'm going to watch my shows, Tales from the Crypt and everything.
Oh, I used to love Tales from the Crypt.
That's why when I grew up, as I got older, my mom was like, sitting there, how you know about all this when you're supposed to be in bed? I wasn't in bed. I waited until y'all fell asleep.
Right, of course.
And started watching all that stuff and let me. So, I watched The Exorcist and I said, does stuff like this really exist? Like, I've always been a curious child. I always like.
But that's the Aquarian in you. That's the Aquarian in you. You're Aquarius. You're Aquarius. You're naturally curious. Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like you give us the jigsaw puzzle, we gonna be sitting there like trying to figure that shit out.
Right.
So, like I've always been mesmerized by the unknown, and I think that's what pulled me into the new age, because I'm very curious of things, and when you're not a part of that world, they show you all the good parts about it. Oh, the crystals and the glamour and this and that third. But the deeper you get,
it's like a rabbit hole.
It starts to be Jesus ain't the Messiah. The Holy Spirit don't exist once you start getting deep into it. Because in the beginning, that part is never shown. Now when you get deeper into it, now all of a sudden you start seeing these people saying Jesus ain't real, or he just the ascended master, or oh, what about God the Most High? No, we are the Most High. I am God, you are God. I'm like, wait, why is it that in the beginning I could never see it? Because those deceiving spirits didn't show that part of it.
Of course,
they need to put
you were in. You were in deep in it. You were in deep in it.
Glands and the pretty all the lights and the little pyramid crystals and the candle lights. Yes, I'm telling you, like some of y'all on here on YouTube.
What happened here? Something going on with the connection here. Ooh, somebody don't like what we're saying. Wait a minute, honey. I don't know if it's your connection over there or if it's mine. Ooh. Brena, you still there? Oh boy. All right. They don't like us saying this. You see, this is proof right here. I have a good connection. So this is proof right here that this new age is crap. Okay? Why would they cut it off right here? Come on. Hold on just a second. I'm going to actually get off here. I'll make a part 2, guys.